Hey everyone, this is Ariel Meredith, the Client Service Director at Dental Nachos. And with me, I have my awesome coworker, Branden.
Hi, everybody. This is Branden, the Director of Strategic Growth with Dental Nachos. How's everybody doing today? I can't hear you. Of course not. Just joking. But listen, today's the grand finale of Super Dentist Boost. It's been a great weekend, even better than we expected. I've loved everything from the speakers to the resources that have shared with us to the prizes and the games and the trivia. It's all been great. But today's Sunday and it's the last day. We're going to have even more fun today. And, you know, you're here on our virtual red carpet, even though the carpet in my house is tan. But and we're going to have some VIP guests. So we always have VIP guests for the red carpet, and that's no different today. So I'm going to ask our three VIP guests to hop on and turn their cameras on. We should have Lois, Vivek, and Emily.
Yes.
And I think we may even have a fourth with Lois, Amanda, may be here as well. I'm not sure though. But the three of you or four of you can turn on your videos, and we'd like to introduce everybody to you.
Awesome. So we're just going to quickly go do a quick introduction of who each of you are, what you do, and then we will interview you separately. So first up, we have the awesome Dr. Emily Letran. Dr. Emily Letran, did you want to just go over who you are and what you do?
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes. So good morning from early Southern California. I am super honored to be here. I am a practicing dentist, been practicing for more than 28 years. I run two dental practices in Southern California. And several years ago, I decided to start sharing my knowledge and expertise with our colleagues. So I am a certified high performance coach, a business strategist, a certified Kobe consultant. That means I help your team maximize their natural talent for productivity. And I am the best mom in the world.
Awesome.
So I help dentists and teams control stress and maximize profits.
Thank you. And then we have Vivek Kinra.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Vivek. I just real quick, I own two companies. They're called PPO Profits and Verific. Each of them solving a pretty complex problem in the dental industry regarding insurance. PPO Profits, in essence, gets you better reimbursements from insurance by negotiations and optimizations so that you get paid more for the same work. And insurance verifications, it's a problem that should not exist in 2021 or 2020 or 19, dating back to maybe 2000s, where dentists are still calling insurances to get the breakdown. And Verific is basically solving that as well. So tackling two complex problems. And I'm also a DDS, not a dentist, but a dedicated dental spouse. My wife is a dentist. We have a practice in Chicago.
Awesome. And last but not least, we have Amanda and Lois, right?
That's right. Hi, I am the Chief Operating Officer for eAssist. Amanda is an amazing part of the team, and I believe in sales and marketing. And so we help solve those dental billing issues. That's our core service. And it's to outsource dental billing so that you can take the things that are non-direct live patient services and outsource that so that the practice can build relationships with patients one-on-one in the office. Amanda,
Awesome.
You want to add anything to that?
Yeah, our core purpose is delivering peace of mind to dentists. It's a core purpose we take very seriously. So a range of our services includes, dental billing, insurance verification, patient billing, dental medical billing, and the list goes on. Dental accounting, credentialing, anything that we can do to help give dentists peace of mind, keep that money coming in consistently so that their patients can feel that 5-star treatment, their staff can focus on patient care.
Awesome. So We're going to keep Amanda and Lois on camera for a minute. If Emily and Vivek want to drop back for a second, we're going to dig in a little bit to e-assist, and then we'll bring you guys back on as well in a few minutes. So either Amanda or Lois can answer this question, but tell us just, just in general, how did, kind of e-assist start? And what would you say is the main way that you decrease stress for dentists?
Do you want to go ahead? Oh, I was going to say e-assist started in by a dentist, Dr. James Anderson, I believe in 2009, out of necessity. So he had an office manager that had to move away because of her husband's job. Mm-hmm. And he realized that he didn't really want to have to hire again just on these skill-based areas when he really wanted to find the best culture fit for his office. So all of our services are created for dentists by a dentist, knowing where these pain points are in the office, knowing where we can support and make dentisting easier for dentists, because he is a practicing dentist and he's been there.
Awesome. What would you say, when talking to, some of your existing clients, what would you say is the main pain point or main aspect of outsourcing billing as far as from a pain point perspective that they're worried about and that you're able to solve? Like, what would you say is, if there's one thing that everyone that says to you and say, hey, listen, you've helped me with this. Thank God I couldn't survive because this problem no longer exists.
One of the things that I lecture on all over the country is getting the money off the books and in the bank. And so it creates a scenario where if they can outsource that billing service, then the success consultants can file those claims, the narratives, appeal claims, post the payments, and get that money off the books and in the bank as quickly as possible. It's also a complicated process right now with insurance, more so now than it ever used to be. And so being able to outsource that service allows the dentist to hire and focus on administrative teams that are great communicators, and then take off their plate the things that are time consuming and really require a lot more training and knowledge.
That's excellent awesome. Explanation. Go ahead, Ariel. I know you had a question.
No, they kind of answered all my questions. I think what you guys do is really great. I think that medical offices have been outsourcing their billing for years, and it's smart to have this service for dental offices as well, so that the team in the office can focus on the patients and giving them the best experience.
Right. We don't replace any team members whatsoever. We are there to be added support and be the assistants, and really help streamline the dental billing and the patient billing processes to make sure that the doctor is always collecting 100% of what they are rightfully owed from the insurance or from patients, and both, maximizing those collections so they can do things like upgrade technology, revamp their office, give employee bonuses, all of that really fun stuff, and then just deliver great patient care. That's what causes patients to come back over and over again, and you retain a loyal patient base is when they walk into your office and they don't have to compete with you being on the phone with an insurance company or any of those tasks that require a lot of phone time and can really just suck up your time in your day. So just outsourcing those and having them consistently run in the background so that the front desk staff can really just focus on wowing patients.
It's so true.
I love that word, wowing.
Yeah. If you think about a patient calling the dental office, if they have to be put on hold constantly because that team member is on hold with an insurance company, and sometimes that can take a really long time to either verify benefits or process that claim or get the right detailed notes attached to the claim, that all takes a lot of time. So if we can partner with the dental practice, and especially with that administrative team, and allow them to really increase that patient experience, it's a win-win. So what we do is we complement that administrative team.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I actually heard from an e-assister the other day that they spent 4 hours on hold with an insurance company to speak about a claim. Now, who in a dental office has time for that? Nobody in a dental office has time for that. So we take that issue totally away from them, and we fight that hard fight that they really just don't have time to do.
That's right.
One of the things, and in every business I've ever been involved in, I've always been a proponent of, outsourcing things that could be done more efficiently by someone else. Even if I or the team that I'm a part of feels like we can do it and have done it, if someone can do it more efficiently and not just save me money initially even, but if you're saving me time, you're always saving me money. Another thing, and you can, and this is kind of my final question to you, I think a lot of times the smaller your business is or the smaller your practice is, the less prone you are to bringing in third parties. Just psychologically think, okay, I'm a small time shop, I can't afford to bring it, I can't afford to outsource this, I need to do it on my own. But really, when something goes wrong, it's the smaller practice that suffers the most, that had that one go-to person that did everything, and then somebody gets sick or has to go out on maternity leave, right? Tell me about that. Do you really feel it's the smaller practices that may benefit even more?
So couldn't be a more truer statement. There's nothing more frustrating, especially in a small office, when you don't have the luxury of time, because you may be the only administrative team member working that front desk. And so if you have to divide your time between working with patients one-on-one and calling insurance companies and getting those claims filed, something's going to fail along the way.
Absolutely.
And I've been there, right? And that's the great part about eAssist is every eAssister has been an office manager and been in those situations. I've been there where I helped the dentist build the practice from opening doors on, and you are, like you said, Branden, having to call patients, answer the phone, call the insurances, do all of those things. And I remember going to the doctor and saying, hey, I would like to have a day off, and just seeing that sadness in his eyes, because I was the only one doing that. And so office managers and front desk staff should be able to not feel guilty if they are sick or take a vacation, and the dentist shouldn't have to shut down the office because of that. And like you said, especially when there's smaller practices and one person can make or break whether the collections are coming in regularly. I had a doctor that had a small practice that told me I had both my front desk people quit in a week, and I did not stress at all about hiring someone because I knew that eAssist was collecting that money and posting those payments consistently in the background, so I could take my time and make sure I found people that were the right fit for the office.
Oh, I'm already convinced. You guys are definitely a great solution, a great key resource. And lastly, how do people reach out to you and get started with eAssist?
Amanda, why don't you answer that one?
Sure. They can call 1-844-eAssist. Check out our website at www.dentalbilling.com. Or you can always email sales@eassist.me. I can drop that in the chat as well. But again, it's 844-eAssist. For all of these amazing Super Dentist Boost attendees, because we do have such a great friendship with Dr. Goodman and all of his amazing staff. If you speak to one of our client information specialists, you do decide that you want eAssist to help your front desk staff and help you collect 100% from insurance, we can give you $250 off your first invoice if you say that, you heard about us through Dr. Goodman and his amazing staff.
Awesome. That is very generous
Awesome.
and great. And in the chat, our team has already put some links to where people can text in and get information about that specific deal that you just talked about for everybody in the Nachoverse. Thank you so much, ladies. We really appreciate you guys. You guys can drop back. We're going to bring on Dr. Emily Latran is next up to the stage. We're going to talk a little bit about what she's doing with her company, Exceptional Leverage and Action to Win Seminars.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Emily, there
Hey,
you are
Doctor.
again.
Hey, hello again.
Great.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's a little early, but
6 a.m. on the East Coast, right? On the West Coast, I mean.
On the West Coast, yes. But it's usually I usually get up around 6 something. It's just not. Let's put on some makeup and get on camera, right? But thank you so much for having me. It's been a great honor and pleasure to be working with Dental Nachos and be one of the sponsors.
We
Yeah,
really
for
appreciate
sure.
having you. You've been a great sponsor and key resource. And what you do is sometimes so underrated as far as helping guide people in their careers and in their life, even beyond what they do in their practice, right? So talk to me a couple of quick questions for you, but the first thing just about Exceptional Leverage and Action to Win. Explain what that is and what you've been doing and how you help dentists.
Thank you so much. Well, I think all of us dentists, or really people in the healthcare professionals, we all know that there is a gap. And that gap is your clinical expertise and your business acumen. Uh, One is because we were not really taught at all in our professional training anything about business. And a lot of the schools say, well, they're already too busy. The curriculum is packed. Students have no time. And so we would go through how many years, 4 years undergrad and then another 4 years or more professional training without actually understanding how to run a business. I think we are one of those few people that we go out in the world and we don't have the background training, yet we're going to go and invest. Like I think my first dental practice, I bought a practice. I think it was at 170,000. This is back in 1997. It was doing 300, and I had pretty much no clue. Meaning, I've never run one before. All of the knowledge I had, I picked up in pieces from being an associate. And I was a very nosy associate, by the way. I would go up to the manager and say, "What are you doing?" Right? If the doctor is talking, I'm listening in, just to know what's going on, and learning by reading books, reading newsletters, reading magazines. Back then, Dental Town had just started, so
Right.
there were resources out there. But if I have a question right now, how am I going to find that question, right? It's hard. So I see that gap, and all of my friends have the same experience. So a couple of years ago, after more than 28 years practicing, and I still run two dental practices in Southern California. What I do is I help dentists control stress and be able to focus on their business and at the same time be able to focus in their personal life so they'll be there for their kids. Too often we hear people say, I don't have time. I'm too busy. I'm taking work home. I'm at home. I'm thinking about work. I'm at work. I'm thinking about home, right? And a lot of that is time management, is mindset, is getting real clear in what's most important and being able to focus. If you're at work, just focus on the patient, and if you need to be on social media, give yourself whatever time to go on there and then get off. If you're at home, then don't think about work, because everything at work will still be waiting for you the next day.
That's
But
such a good point. Such a good point. And
yeah,
a couple of things I want to you to expound upon because you said something that I laughed at. You said you were a nosy associate. I'm a big proponent of you don't have to wait until you're the business owner on paper to start acting like it, right? It not even if you have no immediate plans of owning your own practice, you need to start running your career like a business owner. So talk to me about who you help because you don't just help practice owners, right? Talk to me about what types of dentists and dentisting humans you've actually been able to help with your coaching and seminars.
well, the exceptional leverage, we focus on a few things. The two main ones is high performance, and the other one is business strategy. So the high performance part is the part that I was talking about, the gap is the personal growth part, is having the clarity, understanding how to be productive, understanding how to create influence. So that way, when you ask people to do certain things, they're going to say yes, and they're going to do what you ask them to do. Psychology, physiology, purpose, persuasion. So all of these things at first when you say, it doesn't sound like, oh, it doesn't apply to me. I'm a dentist, but actually it does. It applies to you as a person. And your business growth is often limited by your personal growth. So
Yeah.
some of the, sometimes people ask me, well, who do you help? I don't have a practice, right? Why should I get some help or learn more? My clients range from people who are associates, a couple years out, maybe looking to buy a practice. They have issues with where they work, and
Right.
by issues I mean challenges, right? Maybe I'm scared of doing surgical extraction, and every time I get it, I'm stressed and this and that, right? I have people who are doing seven-figure business, so
Right.
they, in general, by definition, they are successful, right? But when I talk to them, um, they have challenges. I go pick up my kids late. I want to spend more time with my spouse. I don't have time to go and spend time with my elderly parent. Yet they work, maybe work, right, 4 days a week. What do you do the rest of the time? And I'm sure you're busy because you take work home, or you go to work and you work on it some more. But if you think about it, if you design your life and your day correctly, you will find the time, because the time is there. It's just how we use it. I have a lot of specialists who work with me, and even traveling specialists. So they may not even have a practice per se, but they're dealing with, again, dentisting people, right?
Right.
They're dealing with offices where there's a CEO or their office manager, and they do complications with patients. It's all about growing in our business. And I think what I do is valuable for everyone, because everyone should grow. They do have to make that decision. I want to grow, right? Because it's going to take you growing, and that means stretching, that means growing pains, that means doing things that maybe you don't like to do, or this is very common. You need to do it, but you're putting it off. We call it the pause button. You get to that task and you pause, and then you go find something else to do, and then
Yep.
you come back and then you pause again, right? So we want to figure out, well, why do you keep pausing? Why don't you do whatever you're supposed to do? And that's the mindset part. That's the shift part. And then one of the other big part that I do, and that's why I actually went and got certified, is how do you put your staff in a position with certain tasks that maximize their natural talent. Uh, for example, it's commonly known, and I had this conversation with Dr. Mark Costas. Somebody worked with you for a long time, dental assistant, then you bring them up to be TC, and then you bring them up and now they're office manager, because he or she knows everything that's going on in the office. But sometimes he or she does not have that mindset to be a leader per se, right?
Right.
And you give them certain things, now it's stressing them out. And maybe they leave. They leave not because they don't know how to do their TC part, or whatever. They leave because they're uncomfortable being the office manager.
Right.
So you keep asking people to do certain things that stress them out, and it's not because they don't know how to do it. It's just that it's not their natural talent. All of that could cause internal stress in the office, and then you get stressed out. And if you know how to arrange that and have to navigate around that, you're going to have a much better life. So I'm all about being happy.
That's
And
such.
I Yeah.
That is the secret sauce there, just being happy. And you have so much knowledge, and there's so many different things that we can talk about on this. But one of the things that really stands out, and if I'm summarizing what you're saying, is just leadership has to happen at every level, and both in your personal life and in business. But even if you're not the leader, you need to have leadership skills. And if you are a leader, you have to know how to raise up and teach other leaders. So leadership training has to happen at every level of an organization, every level of a small business or a dental practice. So what's the next step for people listening that want your help, and know that you can help them, and want to learn about Action to Win seminars? What's the next step that somebody can take to get in contact with you? And do you have anything special that you're doing that people in Dental Nachos may want to take advantage of?
Yes, so I love Dental Nachos. I love the conversations. I love the fact that people want to grow and be nice and everything in this group. So they can actually reach out to me and text me directly. This is a special thing for the people who are on the Super Dentist booth. They can actually text my personal phone number today, 626 808-5762. We will set up a 30 minutes call for next week and just solve one challenge, right? I hope you don't have too many. Let's just solve one on fire, challenge that you want to solve today, right? And I can invite you to join me for a 30 days free coaching. And the 30
Love it.
days, the 30 days involve a 90 minutes coaching call that we talk about high performance leadership, and we talk about business strategy. Then it involves a webinar that would be taught by an expert, because yes, I do know a lot of stuff, but when we're talking about specific things, I like to work with experts. That's how you grow. Is you don't have to know everything, but you want to
Awesome.
know.
So, sorry, we're on a time crunch, so we have
Okay.
to go to our next guest. But do you just want to say the number again for people to text you so they can find out more about your 30-day program?
Yes, they can text my personal cell phone number today, the people who are in the event, 626-808-5762. Text the word natural, and I will know that you're on this particular call. I mean, this particular event, and we'll set up the free 30 minutes call and the free 30 days coaching.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks so much, Emily. As always, we definitely take advantage of Emily's offer. The 30 days is an awesome offer, and we really appreciate that. We'll talk to you again a little bit, Emily. Vivek, we have you coming up now. Good to have you as always, Vivek. Vivek has also been a great key resource of Dental Nachos. Every time I hear somebody that has talked to Vivek, they say nothing but great things about you and PPO Profits. But tell us, basically PPO, what do you guys do? Real quick about how it started and how you help dentists.
Sure, yeah. PPO Profits, first of all, it's a fee negotiation company at this moment, right? We are starting to now branch into other services, but today we are known as a fee negotiation firm, which in essence means you hire my company, and hopefully in some time, it's still a long and frustrating process, but in some time, your reimbursements back from insurances are going to be higher, right? So
wait, just in, I want to hear about how it started again. Could you tell people how it started?
Yeah. Well, I was getting to there. I was definitely getting to there. And so it's funny. I was actually in having dinner with Dr. Nacho in Philly, or lunch, right? I forgot what time it was, etc. With my family, he was really gracious to host us around for a day when we were there. And I was kind of talking to him a lot about, some of the arbitrage that exists in insurances that you can take advantage of sometimes to get better fees, which I got from my wife's office here in Chicago, right? And I was trying to convince him. I was like, Dr. Nacho, I want to start 10 offices, right? And I'm going to do this and do that. And his constant thing was, man, one office is a lot of headache. Why do you want 10 headaches, right? You've got something that you can offer as a service to dentists, and just focus on that, right? And obviously I was pretty, by nature I'm pretty stubborn, right? So I was basically just trying to all day talk to him about, no, we can do this, that. And one day, Dr. Nacho was in Chicago, and we went out to the zoo, right, with his family as well. And even there, I was just trying to convince him why this, is a great idea to open multiple practices in a particular way that I wanted to, right? And his constant encouragement was to always just focus on the one service, right? And and it's funny, it's one day I'm going to tell a story about how actually
that sounds like a long drawn out story of how I was right. So Mrs. Nacho's watching in, so I don't get these wins too often, Vivek. So I do want to share, you're an amazing friend and sponsor, and you help dentists do the thing that I want them to do, is increase their success, decrease stress. And you've helped so many dental nachos. So I'll let you dig into the nacho plate of how you work. But that was just, I always need constant encouragement. So great job, Vivek.
Yeah. I get paid to say that, Dr. or Mrs. Nacho. So just an FYI, right? So for PPO Profits, main purpose is getting better fees, right? And there is, in essence, when people get started, right, most of the times I find out is that their credentialing was the issue, right? They just, join every single PPO under the sun, right? And what people don't realize is that you can legitimately be in network with one insurance company 6 different ways, right? People don't know you can be in network with that now through Guardian, right? So there are a lot of these intertwinings of insurances that exist, right? And so in essence, sometimes you don't have to join everyone, right? You can just join one company and be in network with, other companies, but on a higher reimbursement, right? This simplifies the process as well, right? Makes things much simpler if you have lesser fee schedules to deal with, right? Fee schedules, the insurance fee schedules, and of course, get higher reimbursements, right? So very often there's 3 different categories of dental offices we work with. Startups, right? Startups are generally the simplest and easiest, right? Because it's a clean slate, so we get to do the way it should have been in the first place, right? Second is acquisitions. Acquisitions, I tell people all the time, they're just really bad. They're really difficult. And every time somebody talks to me and says, hey, I'm about to buy this office and I've heard a lot about how I can get better reimbursements, right? I just tell them, I'm going to give you many different bad ways, right? just pick the best bad way. It's still bad. So you can't tell me that, oh, this is so challenging, but and largely because getting through, insurance credentialing and negotiations is a long process. Whereas in an acquisition, they sign and they're, starting like next month. And third is existing in-network offices, which is they've already signed up with everyone, right? And now it's time to like unbundle everything. And that's also a very long process, but the existing in-network offices at least have time. So that's the main thing for PPO profits, right? And if you guys are okay with that, I know it's a little different. I just want to throw this out there as well, right? Like one of the things that a second business or company that I own is called Verific. I would really recommend the Nacho universe to check that out as well. I think we're onto something really, really cool with insurance verifications, and there's a lot of custom software that we built. And I do believe that, at some point of time, with the help of, all of you guys as well, we're going to solve this verification problem once and for all. So, and it's called verific.biz.
I think that's great. And if you could put that information in the chat as well, team, I already saw some of the information get put up about PPO profits. Everybody, Vivek has been great. PPO profits is one of the Nacho brainers because you're just going to get more money. I mean, that's the way it works. And, I know dentists are always talking about ROI, and I've heard great stories about how much you've been able to help. But check out the chat in the comments. We have plenty of information on how to reach Vivek. Any final thoughts that you want to share with everybody before you go?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, just in order to contact me, I live in the virtual world as well. So I'm always on Facebook. Just shoot me a message on Facebook Messenger, right? That's easy. And second, if you just go to my website called ppoprofits.com, there are two things. A, there's a schedule a consult button on the top right, but I will say that at the moment, we're actually not taking any new clients, right? Which everyone says is a great problem to have. It's not, right? We're just so overbooked. But and we're not even doing any sales calls at the moment. So the schedule a consult button is not going to do anything, but there's a contact us form on the website. If you just complete that, right? Or Paul may have another link, right? There it is, right?
So Vivek, Todd Fleischman said listening to you is like listening to Socrates, or as I like to say, salsa teas. They're very calming. So wait, Vivek, you are telling me that you got busier than you could possibly imagine. It's like almost like 2 years ago when the Eagles were still kind of good in Chicago, when I went there, someone told you you're going to get busier than you could ever imagine because what you do is so awesome. So.
Yeah, no, like I said, but at the same time, it's not, if not, now the second problem is we need some, new folks. So if the Nacho universe has people that want to join PPO profits, in the total, what is it called for a black hole, the event horizon, right? Like,
yeah, you want to join Vivek, you get hair care tips, beard tips, calming tips. You're an awesome friend, Vivek. We really appreciate it. We're going to start our Super Dentist Boost soon, but thanks so much for sharing with us.
You bet. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Vivek.
Thanks,
Also,
Vivek.
before we jump off here, guys, Vivek, you could drop back. I want to tell you about our newest Nacho program, and Branden and Ariel are going to interview you about it. I just wanted to bring it to life. No, Drew. I a lot of times say, what is it like to own a dental practice? What does it feel like to own a dental practice? So this is a good background noise because it feels like having a 3-year-old that never grows up every single day. And I'm totally not holding a toddler, so you would look at this and get more attention on it. But Branden and Ariel want to ask me about the Dental Nacho Supreme. Look, we bribed you with the lollipop. Okay, we'll let you go with your mom. Actually, take up pictures. All right, so see, it's live TV. Anything can happen. There's no net. Branden and Ariel, before we start the Super Dentist Boost, I know you guys wanted to ask me a couple questions about the Dental Nacho Supreme. Happy to answer them. I've made a little card here of the things that you get inside the Dental Nacho Supreme membership package, but you guys deal with dentists. How will this help dentists? Or I'll be happy to share with you how these toppings work inside the package.
Sure. So the first thing that we want to ask you, Paul, is just about the on-demand CE that comes with Supreme and what that's all about. I know we're always talking about CE, but my understanding is that Supreme
on-demand
awesome
CE,
package.
like Gary Goldman's joke, it's on demand. You can demand it anytime on any of your devices. You pick up your phone, put in your AirPods. like I have here, and you can listen to the amazing Dr. Todd Fleischman share how to do comprehensive cases. You can listen to Mark Costa share age is just a number, but EBITDA is for real. It's learning on the go at any time, over 100 hours of CE, plus amazing bonus content like interviews, how to find a job, what to ask on your interview. So the on-demand CE, thanks Branden, is first topping on the Dental Nacho Supreme.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit more about the Dental Nacho Virtual Study Club?
So thanks, Ariel. My favorite thing is in-person events, but I don't know when they're going to come back, hopefully soon-ish. But until that happens, we're going to do things just like we are doing this weekend with a virtual live CE on TV study club. You can earn in-person CE from your couch, one of my favorite places. You'll see amazing speakers like Artie Volker, like Brett Gilbert, like Kira Dent. When you watch in live, you're going to earn live CE. It includes a free pass to the virtual live CE on TV study club.
All right. And the other thing is, what is this whole Ask Dr. Nacho thing? Like, we get to like talk to you like a real nacho man?
Yes. So my awesome team, especially our client services department, we have a salsa hotline where people type in things that are not going well. They can type in things that are going well, not a popular thing to email us. So what's happening? I'm not getting paid. My office won't buy rubber dams. Is this partnership going to be a disaster? Stuff that's out of people's control. They've had, tragic things happen in their dental world. Someone's been injured. There's been illnesses. So this Ask Dr. Nacho Anything is going to be a monthly program where you can anonymously ask questions, and I will either have the answer myself or get that answer for you, exclusive in the Dental Nacho Supreme 2021 membership package. And it also includes, I'll just add in at the end, a discount on all nacho toppings, because everyone loves a discount. But Ariel and Branden know dentists especially love a discount. So we have an amazing discount going on today, the last day of Super Dentist Boost. Just text in Supreme to 215-543-6454. You'll be able to join this for the rest of 2021, from March 1st until the end of the year for under $100. So thanks for letting me share, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Thanks for sharing. It's a great opportunity for everyone.
Awesome. Well, you guys did a great job of the interview. Love learning. I'm going to get us over to the other paid Facebook group, Dental Nachos Crew. You still can join us, learn from the resin rock star, learn from Rob Slough on full arch immediate implant cases, learn from Artie Volker how to do the best medium composites in the world. Thanks, guys.
Enjoy the show, everyone.